Different organisms live in different types of habitats. Penguins live in cold regions, monkeys in the forest, and turtles in the sea. All organisms have special characteristics to enable them to survive in their natural habitats. A special characteristic which enables an organism to survive in its natural habitat is known as an adaptation. Let's first find out how the penguins have adapted themselves to their natural habitat. Penguins are found mainly in the cold Antarctic regions. To survive in their cold habitat, penguins have special characteristics to protect themselves against the cold. Don't you think that this penguin here looks fat? Well, penguins have thick layers of fats under their skin. The fats help to keep them warm. The coat of fine feathers on the penguins also helps to protect them against the cold. Penguins are aquatic birds. In fact, they are strong swimmers. They spend most of their time in water. Do you know that they have special features to help them move in water? Take a look at their wings. They are modified into flippers. Penguins use their flippers for paddling in water. Have you noticed the shape of the penguins when they are moving in water? Penguins adopt what we call a streamlined body shape when they are moving in water. The streamlined body shape helps them to move easily through the water. When they're on land, they no longer keep their streamlined body shape. They look a little clumsy on land, don't they? So with the streamlined body shape and the flippers, penguins have adapted well to moving in water. Spider monkeys have adapted themselves to living among the branches. Notice their arms? They're long and slender. No wonder the monkeys are so agile. Climbing up the branches will be of no problem to them. What's this? Aha! It's the monkey's tail. The tail acts like an extra limb. It helps the monkey adapt well to living among the branches. Hey, look! The monkey is using its tail to hold some leaves. Isn't that clever? See how the monkey holds the leaves in its hands? Well, a monkey's hands work very much like ours. Our hand has an opposable thumb. This means that the thumb moves in a direction opposite to the other fingers. This allows us to open or close our hands. We can then hold an object firmly. In the same way, the monkey can use its hands to grasp branches and swing from one branch to another. These claws look sharp and dangerous, don't they? Who do they belong to? Yes, the eagle. Eagles use their claws to catch and hold their prey. Now look at the eyes and the beak. Do you know that eagles have very good eyesight for spotting their prey? This eagle is having a meal. See how it uses the beak to tear the flesh of its prey. Like most birds, eagles have adapted themselves for flight. They have a powerful pair of wings for flying. The wings are moved by strong muscles so that the eagle can be carried through the air. The feathers on the body help to keep the muscles warm. This will ensure that the muscles can work well. Do you also know that eagles have many hollow bones in their bodies? The hollow bones make them light so that they can move easily through the air. Here comes a polar bear. Its fur is thick and shaggy. Do you know that the polar bear has rough, leathery pads on the bottom of its large paws? It also has a lot of fats in the body. Why do polar bears have these different features? How do you think these features will help them survive in the cold Arctic? What do you see here? The leaves of a plant? No, take a closer look. It's a leaf insect. It's hard to see its greenish body because it blends well with the color of leaves. The ability to blend into the surrounding to avoid being seen is known as camouflage. These organisms also camouflage themselves. Do you know why? Well, camouflage is an important adaptation to protect organisms against their predators. Plants also need to adapt to the environment. Take the cactus, for example. It can survive very well in the hot and dry desert because it has adapted to the extreme heat. It has a thick, juicy stem for storing water. Notice that the stem is green. It is able to photosynthesize food. The leaves are reduced to needle-like spines. This prevents them from losing too much water in the blazing heat of the day. A thin, waxy covering on the whole cactus plant helps to minimize the loss of water to the hot environment. Plants also adapt to ensure that they have sufficient sunlight for photosynthesis. The stem of this tree is thick and strong. It helps to hold the leaves in position so that they can capture maximum sunlight for photosynthesis. But not this plant. Its stem is weak and thin. It's using the tree as a support in order to reach for sunlight. So you see, this ability to climb up a support is an adaptation used by plants with weak stems to reach for light. The branches of this tree are all spread out. Compare this tree to those in the forest. What adaptations do the trees in the forest have to help them capture maximum sunlight for photosynthesis? Well, they have to grow taller to compete for sunlight. They also have to make do with a smaller crown, as there's less space now for the branches to spread out. Aquatic plants too need sunlight for photosynthesis. What features do you think the water hyacinth has in order that it can float on water? its roots are not anchored to the soil. As you can see, they are hanging freely in the water. Its solan leaf stalks are filled with air spaces. With these features, the water hyacinth can float on water. It will be able to obtain sufficient sunlight for photosynthesis. Let's look again at how some organisms have adapted to their natural habitats to ensure that they can survive in them. Monkeys have adapted themselves to living in the trees. Penguins have adaptations that help them move through water. Polar bears have adaptations to protect against the cold. Some other organisms camouflage themselves to protect against their predators. Plants adapt so that they can reach for sunlight. So you see, organisms have different adaptations which enable them to survive in their particular natural habitat.